5 themes. I'm going to talk about the video of the day. That's like a toning device. So to those who don't want to go full-blown esports from the start, they can start by doing that. I recommend that. Then I have some educational themes from the Danish and religious class. Then I have thoughts about material and texts, motivation and products. And just to start off with some of it, you talked about growth mindset, and when we have that in our class, I start by showing them a video from PewDiePie that experienced 0 deaths in Dark Souls. I don't know if you know the game Dark Souls, but it's impossible to play it without dying. And then we talk about what will they experience, and use that as an example to show that you can't go through a class. You can't go through many years of education without failing. And that's just how learning works. And in the end of this video, when he starts over and over, he dies and dies, and then he starts over, and then it's 0 deaths again, and until he finally finds out how to defeat the monsters that he's fighting. And one of the points for me is the material, actually. I'm going to talk a little bit about that later, but it starts with finding good material, and it can take a while to build up. Have a portfolio of great videos and games and so on. But it's in a way it's also fun. When they meet me at the first time, they'll see me wearing a T-shirt like this, and I bought a couple of T-shirts actually with different gaming logos, but also pop culture logos that I wear every day I have the class. And it brings them joy. It makes them happy to see that I come into the classroom, showing them that I'm there on the same terms as they are. But I have this daily video that's, in some ways, it's a video that has a theme, or in a way touches the theme of the class, what we're talking about. It sets a mood. You can talk about the video, you can make an analysis of the video, talk about how is it related to gaming, how is it related to the subject of the day, how is it related to them, why did we have to see this video, why did you think it was fun? And then most of the students are agreeing that it's actually a fun video. And also we have highlights if there's important matches, major matches. We spend some time watching the videos. I've written down some examples of what I do during my classes with the esports class. I have media analysis. Could be news, journalism. It could be documentary or short movies, just so on. And I tend to make an emphasis on that movies and medias can be reflected the same way in games. So when we watch a short movie or documentary, we also introduce a game. So after we've made an analysis of this documentary or short movie, then we'll make the same analysis of a game that they've played. And I usually find some free games that they can play. And just to make them see that the approach to an analysis is the same, and they can get the same points out of playing a game that they can from watching a video. But we also talk about the difference, because what does it feel like to be the person steering, the main person in the game? How's that different from watching passively? And we have some discussions about that. I've made an entire program on how to write scientifically, that makes them by gaming actually, and it's based on an approach where you have to play a game that's part of a franchise, and then you write an introduction about this franchise and also what genre this game is, pointing out some specifics on the genre characteristics. And then after you've written, and I've written an example from Resident Evil, I've so that they can see. I've written so they can see how did I do it, learning by doing it, but learning by seeing how the teacher is doing. And then they have to write about a franchise, and that's actually divided into 5 parts, so it's 5 classes. And after they've written the introduction, then we go on to writing a problem, thinking what is the problem in this game, and then we talk about an esports newspaper where they play games, and then they write a review of the game. Also, they're allowed to make YouTube videos as a review, and we watch examples on YouTube videos on how to review a game. So and it ends up mostly by them